Welcome back to another episode of the Vill Chillin' Podcast, part of the VillinENT network. My name is Jack.
My name is Aaron. And just a reminder, we are on all major podcast services now: Spotify, Apple, Google, iHeartRadio. Check us out on there if you're ever in the car and just need something to listen to. All that really helps us. Leave us a comment. Let us know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong on any of these videos, or what might help us. And don't forget to check out our gaming channel and the Discord. Discord will help keep you up to date with all of our episodes. And the gaming channel, we've been trying to, not so much these last couple weeks, but we were on a roll for a little bit with some random game streams here and
Gotta
there.
get back on it.
So this is the first of basically our two-part series, right, for the Halloween episodes. So this first episode, we're going to be focusing on the haunted houses that are in Louisville, available in Louisville, and surrounding areas for people to go to, plan a weekend for, and things like that. And then the second part, when we release that part will be about actual paranormal activity in Louisville, I guess, or
Like Waverly Hills, things like that.
yeah, different things like that, different people's anecdotes and experiences and things like that. Because there's been several, especially some of the places that have been around a lot longer. So
A lot of history there.
yeah, man.
What's your favorite part about Halloween? Like, do you like the scary part, like the candy, partying? Like, what's the best part about Halloween for you?
At this point, for me, my daughter,
Taking her
letting her dress up and do her own thing. As a kid, of course, the candy was always cool. Fortunately, like when I was growing up, there were a lot of kids in that neighborhood.
Awesome.
Yeah, there were a lot of different families in that neighborhood, so people actually participated in Halloween, and
Nice.
you know, if the porch light was on, we were knocking. So that was always pretty cool then. I've never been into too much of the spooky haunted stuff. I don't watch a lot of horror movies or anything like that. I get the appeal, and it's definitely a huge market, so
Has she decided what she wants to be for Halloween yet?
it changes daily. I know last time she was asked, she said Owlette from PJ Masks, but who knows?
Don't know what it'll be tomorrow.
Yeah, she's changed. She's gone from like princess to like a witch to a cat to Owlette to the whole circle again to cowboy. Like, there's no telling. The mind of a 3-year-old, like everything's in the air until it happens, right?
Yes.
What about you? What was always your?
I always liked watching scary movies. Like, that was always my favorite part about Halloween was watching the movies. I guess I can watch them all year, but I remember back then, you could only watch what was on cable.
Because they were on TV, right?
So, like, that's really liked watching horror movies. And then I guess dressing up was fun.
So,
and of course, the candy.
Was it like the slasher films or like the possession, like
All
the
of them.
demonic, all of the
All of them.
above?
The younger I was, of course, I was more into like the I think the blood and gore, like the Jason, the slasher type ones. Now I think I'm more into like the jump scare, I guess, or like the more like suspenseful ones.
Yeah.
I guess, if you want to say.
I do remember after asking that, or after you mentioning movies, like when I was younger, I guess before I was even really a teenager, and I think it's because you could watch them on like MTV. It would actually show up at Scream. The Scream movies,
Yes, those.
I guess you could call those horror movies, but
like,
it's more
definitely psychological.
Yeah.
Thriller. I mean, that's scary though. Like, that's cool. I like it.
But a lot of times, like as I got older or saw it more and more, I kind of watched it just to laugh at like the bad acting we were seeing, because some of those people were like major stars by that time, right? And so you look back and you watch those movies and you're like, oh my gosh,
A little cheesy.
yeah.
Definitely. One thing I remember back trick or treating as a kid was a lot of every now and then you get to a house where the neighbor would go all out.
Yeah.
And it was really cool to see. Like, I'd have neighbors that would have like almost like their own little haunted houses,
Mm-hmm.
and they put it together elaborately. You know, halftime it'd be like just some sheets or something.
Yep, just some sheets in a garage or
Yeah,
something with a
like-
little maze and their kids behind the curtain popping out.
Yeah, I remember like they exactly, yeah, free work, bro. I remember one where I think they had like spaghetti in like a box or something, like, and they would they said that it was guts or something like
Oh,
that.
but
Like,
you
they,
couldn't see what was
yeah,
in
they
it.
didn't
So
have
you,
like grapes in another one, and then tell you it was like eyeballs or something
Yeah.
like that. So as a kid, you know, you're like, oh no. Like,
yeah.
also remember, you know, trick, you know, the trick part of the, you know, trick or treating. Where,
Yeah.
man,
Some of them tried.
so, you know, toilet paper, was it TP in some
TP.
houses or whatever? Like, there's a lot of that going on.
Yeah, we didn't see too much of that in our neighborhood as far as the TP, but we did have some people go all out and like yards just full of stuff and like ornamental things, skeletons, spiders, and it's great because it's always the same house that around Christmas time also goes all
Goes
out.
all out, right.
You know? So
And then you have those one houses that don't take down the decoration. Like, that's a year-round thing for them.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
they just decide which extension cord to plug in for that time of year. Oh, good
So
times.
we got some haunted houses.
Yeah, we do. There's actually quite a lot, so I want to do them all justice, but also want to don't want to spend too much time harping on each one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the first one I have queued up here is the Devil's Attic. It says "Live the Nightmares." So they have a few YouTube videos here for commercials and a few coupons here actually too.
Coupons for the win.
Right. Looks like they're open. They've been open since September 9th, and they'll be open through October 30th. And you can get tickets online. I'm sure you can get them there as well. Trying to find. Oh, no, location. There it is. The location, Devil's Attic, is on West Hill Street, 647 West Hill Street here in Louisville. So
Gotta check it out.
that's a fairly well-known one. I mean, they have all kinds of things over here on the left where it was top haunts and, you know, different people saying that they're pretty good. So definitely one should probably make a couple people's list if that's your thing. You know, I never really was one for haunted houses either. And I'll just tell this quick, but the one time I did go to a haunted house with the girlfriend at the time was Field of Screams, I think.
That's a great one. Like,
Yeah.
I've been there a couple times.
It's
when I was younger.
definitely, it's on our list here somewhere. It's technically outside of Louisville, so it's later in the episode, but it's on here. And I remember there was a bus set up, like full of strobe lights, and it was just like this bus before you really got into any fields or like the little warehouse that I think they ran you through to. And so I'm going through the bus and just kind of looking around, and then I see this dude just start diving over chairs or seats from the back. I ran straight out the back door. Like, she came running out behind me a second later. Why'd you leave me? Like, because I didn't know what was about to happen, okay? I ran straight out that back door. No shame.
I mean, the performer had put in work. I mean, it'd be
Yeah.
rude for you not to run.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. That's what they expect to happen. And it's one of those where they're not allowed to touch you. Like, I know that, but it doesn't matter. In the moment, especially with strobe lights, like, no, this is not the situation I want to be in. And, I mean, that's the only part that really spooked me, that stood out to me. But either way, that was my experience. And
Good times. Waverly Hills. I know they have a awesome history as far as a rich history as far as the TB hospital, and that they I think it was a mental health hospital for a while. But they have their tours where you can learn about the history. They also have their haunted houses, and I remember going to the haunted house one of the first years they had it reopened when I was a kid, and It was awesome. I mean, I between that and the tour, like those are really cool places to check out. But that's really, that and the morgue, Baxter Morgue. I went there when I was a kid.
That's on our list too. But believe it or not, Waverly, I think I forgot about them. So we'll go ahead and put them up here since you mentioned them.
Which I think they do it every year.
They
I
are. It
believe,
says
so they should-
2022 Haunted House Tour
Awesome.
tickets right here. I just blanked, trying to put all these notes together. There's a lot of different things to hit. So either way, so yeah, like you said, Waverly Hills. Here we go, the about. Because they do a big thing with like the body shoots and stuff, don't they?
Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, I don't know if they changed it, but whenever I went there, there was two separate parts. There was one for inside Waverly's, and I think there was one for like the shoots or something. It's been so long.
I just remember, I know at one point they were allowing people to go down the chutes, which is crazy to think that like that many people were dying from TB. Like, it's just like, how do you get rid of them, It's pretty crazy. And it is a pretty big place and a spooky looking place, even without the history behind it.
Yeah, it definitely has like that Halloween aesthetic, aesthetic of just like that creepy aesthetic, man.
Absolutely. So it looks like, I was trying to find where they said the dates and the tickets, but they kind of combine it with some of the stuff all year round. So yeah, Halloween events, it looks like, are October 1st through 31st. But either way, definitely worth a mention because it's been known as one of the most haunted places on earth too. Like some people who have done those lists, it's up there.
It's probably appeared in like hundreds of movies and documentaries and stuff, just highlighting that.
Yeah,
So
and we'll probably get more into the background of them in the next episode.
Yeah, definitely.
So the next one I have queued up here is American Horrorplex, and I know they're really new. They're a much newer one here in Louisville. I had some information queued up for them. So it's less of a single haunt, more of an ordeal, it says. So the story revolves around Nazi scientists who were taken to America, and then started their own round of gruesome experiments. And the clinical trials sound like they've been vetted by a scientific community. Basically, it says try to escape with your mind, etc., etc. So it's more of an escape thing, but a haunted escape, sounds like.
Okay, that sounds pretty awesome.
And they're open every Friday and Saturday night from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. They opened up September 16th, and they're running through October 29th. So they have a website. Everything we're talking about today, obviously, they have a website. I'll have links in the show notes. And so if you want more information, that'd be the number one place. They got coupons on their website. That's always good. I was trying to see when they started because I'm pretty sure I saw that they were pretty new. Who knows? Either way, definitely something different than your typical just haunted house,
I like the theme too, like how it's like got a storyline behind it.
Yeah, there's a whole thing here. The mystery, I'm not going to read it, but if anyone's interested, there's a whole story behind it, and it's more interactive than just walking through kind of a haunted house or maze. Next up, I have Baxter Avenue Morgue. So you mentioned that. So tickets, general admission is $20. Tours last anywhere from 15 to 25 minutes, so pretty typical. And of course, they're I assume on Baxter Avenue. I don't see an exact date or exact address here yet, but
It's close to Spinelli's.
that's what I figured. Yeah, right. I mean, there's only so much on Baxter. So, I did like this. I was scrolling through this earlier, and it says Kentucky Frightened Chicken Doors. Says, are you a big chicken? If you get too scared, there's 7 doors marked with yellow chickens you can use to get out of it. Like, well, dang. So they just started their tour September 23rd, and they're running, it looks like, through the 31st. There's a $5 off coupon here on their website.
Nice.
And yeah, 451 Baxter Avenue. So they're always a popular hit in Louisville. I mean, it's a morgue. And looking at some of the pictures here for the way they dress up the actors, I could see being a little freaked out in that place. So
Yeah, their reviews are awesome on Google too. Everybody just talks about how amazing the actors are.
well, and it does say here you cannot touch our actors, but there's a chance they might touch you. So just putting that out there, because most have a no touch, or a lot have a no touch rule, but there are some that don't. So something to be wary of, so you don't go in there and accidentally punch
Right.
somebody
But
out.
don't punch the actors, please.
They're not gonna kill you, even though they're being paid to act like they are. So the second one, or not the second, the next one I have queued up is Legend at Pope Lick. So this one is interesting. I had actually never heard of it, but apparently in Louisville, there's an actual legend about a half goat, half man known as the Pope Lick Monster. The demon is said to haunt the Pope Lick train trestle in Fisherville. So, I don't know, half goat, half man. I'd be pretty terrified.
I wouldn't mess with them.
Yeah, and they have a whole haunted experience through the woods in that area. So there's that, and they're actually part of the next one I'm gonna mention, and that's Danger Run. I believe they're either run by the same people, or Pope Lick might be
or something.
or they might be one of the locations you go to for the Danger Run.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So the Danger Run, solve clues and puzzles to solve a murder mystery and find your way to haunts. Danger Run is a scavenger hunt style escape game played in your car. It is an adventure like no other and sure to be the most fun you've ever had in your car. So yeah, it says solve a murder mystery to find your way to 2 haunted attractions. So that's kind of the whole goal, it's a game between haunted houses, right? Like you go to one haunted house and then you play the game, the Danger Run game in the car
To get to the
next and the next. And
I like it. I've always heard about it. Their advertising's been amazing. Like I remember hearing the advertising since forever.
yeah, it's always been a big thing. It's pretty popular here. And I think the Danger Run has like two different starting. Oh wait, no. Where are my notes? Sorry, people. Where did I put it? It just says multiple starting locations. I'm not entirely sure how many there are, but I know I saw something somewhere. But they have multiple. Their website's pretty good. 6 different starting locations to choose from. So, and they have a very informative website. So, the next on the list is the Haunted Hotel. Trying to find. So, this is one. I knew there was one on the list where you're pretty much guaranteed that the actors are going to touch you, and this is the one. There's no limits in the hotel that says like they really go out of their way to freak you out, and touching is pretty much guaranteed.
Wow.
Yeah. So they are 2 blocks from Churchill Downs, at 3000 South 4th Street. So yeah, they don't really give too much information, but I guess it's a haunted house. It says, will I be touched? Yes, it is possible. Our haunt plainly displays at the ticket booth, the front door, the greeter, the website, pretty much everywhere. There's a possibility of being touched inside our haunt. So
No limits.
it says actors are trained to push the limits and keep our customers safe at all times. So, you know, just expect that going in, I guess. But they have quite an extensive FAQ, so. The next one is Fright Nights, Kentucky. And I think this is where we start getting...
Outside of Louisville?
Yes, I believe so. I think Fright Nights might be like multiple... Yeah, Fright Nights is in Lexington. Yeah, there's an indoor attraction and an outdoor attraction. And it's a full contact haunted house as well.
Okay.
So, and it's in Lexington. 1209 East New Circle Road, Suite 190. And they only run through October, so October 1st through the 31st, it says. Friday through Sundays.
So yeah, if you're in Lexington, definitely want to check them out.
Yep, I think I saw something. I'm not sure if they had coupons or not. I thought I had it noted they did, but maybe not. Field of Screams is the next mention, which again we've already talked about. Yeah.
Yes.
So they're in Brandenburg, and they run Fridays and Saturdays through October 29th from dusk until 1 a.m. So basically, once it starts getting dark and the right time for a creepy attraction, they don't really set a specific time for it, though, since it is pretty much all outside. They've been in the area since 2002, so that's a pretty long time. And they have multiple things going on, too, I think. Yeah, they have haunted barn, 2-story haunted barn, forbidden forest, hayride to hell, and a 6-acre corn maze. So...
And I'm looking at some of their photos on their website, and they're pretty awesome. Like it gets pretty creepy.
It reminds me of like a Rob Zombie movie.
That's exactly what I was thinking about. Like they have almost like a Leatherface looking character.
Yeah.
Some guys with like a pig. Looks like a pig head and he's holding a knife.
Yep. There's definitely
bunch of clowns.
Yeah, I hate clowns, man. I'm not scared of them, okay? I just don't like them.
Right. It's not your preference.
So yeah, they're a good one. I can definitely
check them out.
Vouch for them because I've been there. All right, next we got Malice Manor.
Across the bridge in Clarksville, Indiana.
Is that the one that was in Clarksville? I have notes, I guess, a little too scattered out. Yeah.
Wow, the reviews on Google's up there.
Well, it says over 10,000 feet of insanity. It's one of the newer haunts in southern Indiana. Same minds that created the haunted hotel here in Louisville.
Awesome.
So, yes, 640 Providence Way, Clarksville, Indiana. So September 30th through October 29th, they are running 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. And then October 30th through November 5th, they'll run 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. So it's interesting to have shows after Halloween. Most of them just like cut it right there.
Well, it looks like they've been having I'm seeing a review from a couple of months ago, so I don't know how long they've been doing this.
Yeah, they've been having shows since September 16th.
So yeah, their reviews are really good. Somebody says that they do a lot of haunted houses, and they said that it's the most jump scares they've ever experienced in that haunted house. That's one thing I feel like a lot of times there are sometimes haunted houses that are put together where you feel like you're kind of rushed.
Yeah.
And your $30 just went away in 10 minutes. You don't feel like you got what you paid for. Here, it sounds like at the Malice Manor, it seems like they're putting a lot into it, so you're getting what you paid for, and
That's good.
People are happy about it.
Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, it's the way they make money is more people in, more people out, right? But you gotta definitely give people their value, and they have some pretty creepy looking like actors as well, or characters, I guess. I can't tell what that is, but it looks kind of terrifying. So that's Malice Manor. The next one is Sinister Tombs. This one is in Eastview, Kentucky. It was founded in 1870. So I'm guessing it's like an actual cemetery or something that they use. Or no, Eastview, Kentucky was founded in 1870, located on the Illinois Central Railroad line. So there's a whole history behind this one as well.
Again, Google reviews are really awesome.
It looks like they've been around for a few years too. Getting several top haunts and things like that. So looks like they have a really weird schedule there. I can't tell.
Hey, that's awesome. Actually, there's a guy there named Chainsaw Charlie Chainsaw. He was actually a customer at Radio Shack.
Really?
And yeah, he was advertising. I don't know where he was at the time. I don't know if he was at Sinister Tombs then. It was just like a known personality. But yeah, he was awesome. Really down to earth guy. And here's a picture of him, posing with some fans or whatever. He just seems, he's just a cool guy.
That's awesome.
Been around for a while.
Their schedule, so through October 9th, they open at 8 p.m. through 11:50 p.m. It's interesting. And then October 15th through November 6th, they open at 7:30 p.m. And even though it is they close at 11:50, it does say that they stay open until every ticket holder has gone through. So I guess they already expect that there's going to be a line at 11:50, so might as well start turning people away then because they're going to be waiting. So looks like the admission is pretty reasonable at $17.50. I think most of them on the list, I haven't really called them out because they're kind of your typical range of 20 to 30, but I think that's the cheapest one I've seen so far.
Nice.
All right, so the next one is Fear Fair, and this is also in Indiana, and it looks like they have multiple, like, just multiple things going on, multiple attractions. They have one called Rockford Riot, Ramsey's Wrath, Laveau's Curse, and Ancient Evil. Let's see.
How long have they been around there? They also have a lot of really good reviews.
Fear Fair, I'm not really sure. Yeah, it has 4 haunts. About an hour north of Louisville. It's the most award-winning haunted house in Indiana, and is listed in USA Today as one of the best extreme haunted attractions. They're open September 30th through November 5th, but the days of the week vary, so you do have to check the calendar. And then their operating hours are 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. in October, and then 8 p.m. to midnight in November. 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Sundays. Okay, they got some weird hours, so just check their website before you make the drive. It's in Seymour, Indiana, so again, it's about an hour north of Louisville. But I mean, there is touching at that haunted house. The actors are allowed to touch you, and I mean, it's $25 general admission. I would guess that's for all 4 attractions. I would hope that's not per attraction, but I don't know. That also seems really cheap to have.
That might be per attraction.
Yeah.
I would think that's what I would think.
It's a whole complex, but and they all have their different stories behind each one. So
awesome.
definitely, again, a bit of a change from your typical thing since they take the time and effort to really put a story behind it. And then the last one I have is Black Orchard Haunted House. And this one is in Red Orchard Park, Shelbyville, Kentucky. 704 Kentucky Street, Shelbyville, Kentucky. So not too far outside of Louisville. And see, they have a whole legend as well for their haunted house. See. And I mean, just like all the others, they have some pretty unique looking characters and setups.
Yeah, definitely reminds me of a Rob Zombie film.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of...
And a compliment, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, and that's just going to be kind of your typical... I feel like that's just kind of what you get, because that really is like just the terror, the upfront
The
terror,
right.
and then jump scare, like... It's not a psychological thriller so much, it's definitely like, this is some messed up stuff if it was real. So that's all I had queued up for, I guess, this episode where we talked about, the different haunted houses. So for anyone listening, should give you plenty of ideas and at least plenty of places to look at before you do plan out your weekends, because that's quite a few. It'd be hard to hit all of those in a month, but there's a lot of option there. So
check them out. Let us know which one's your favorite.
Absolutely, definitely leave a comment. Help out the rest of Louisville. Know which ones were better and which ones might have had a longer wait, and different things. So I guess with that, we'll end this episode out. As always, be blessed. Bless someone around you.
See you next time.